Hi, this is Guys Doing Stuff, and I know Thanksgiving was a while ago, but this is the project we made for Thanksgiving. They're folding farmhouse tables, so we can use them every year.
Go!
This was our first year hosting Thanksgiving dinner. The primary problem we had to address, seating. We were expecting 15 and our dining table comfortably seats 4. 8 if we really squish. Now I thought about buying a couple of banquet tables, but I think they're flimsy, and then we have to worry about tablecloths, and trying to get tablecloths to cover 2 end-to-end banquet tables is rough. There's always a bump, it never quite looks right. You know, I suppose we could have rolled out plastic tablecloth, but this isn't a fundraiser, this is family. So I'm building 2 folding banquet tables out of 2x4s and plywood. Yes! Now, what we're seeing here is notching. I'm doing a lot of notching in this for the frame assembly underneath the table. Very nice, very beautiful notching there. You're going to see a wider notch here, and that is part of my fold-up plan for storage, because the idea here is these banquet tables aren't set and forever, they're going to be portable. Fold them up, and all the pieces are going to store right together. Here's one of the legs, going to glue it up. Lots of glue being used on this project. Now you'll note, before I screwed the 2x4s together to make the legs, I did cut off the edges to get rid of some of that roundover from the factory. Going to do some more notching here. Lots of notching in this project. Oh, look, another notch. Some sanding. Doing sanding, everybody sands. Just doing a little assembly here. Now this is a dry fit to make sure the legs and everything fit together. Going to glue those together, screw them together, and we'll have them ready, pre-made, so that when the time comes, we can just put it all together at the end. This is really strong stuff. Gluing it together. No screws to put the frame together, but you'll notice there will be plenty of screws in just a moment here. Put a lot of glue on here. Going to get it square, and then I will put on some chipboard that will act as really the first layer of the tabletop. That's going to be glued and screwed for some stability, and then I'm going to put a thinner piece of plywood to laminate on top and make it look like a farm table. I'll show you how I do that in just a little bit. Now this is a dry assembly with the legs just to make sure the holes line up, and it's kind of a temporary thing, so it doesn't matter that the bolts are going in the wrong direction here. And I just want to get it standing up so I can complete the process. Now that it's standing, it's very wobbly. I need to cut a cross brace here to go across the base. And you're going to notice here, there we go, more notching. It's all about the notches in this project. And they're not all done on the table saw, which is nice. Here's a nice way of jigsaw cutting some notching. And the notches fit. Wunderbar. Look, more notching. Now this is going to be, because the table still has a little bit of wobble with the brace across the bottom. So this is actually that brace that will go across the bottom, and I'm cutting some angles in here and some smaller pieces that are going to tie in. They're going to anchor into those notches that I just cut out on the bandsaw. Yet another way of cutting notches. These pieces that I'm cutting now, they are going to anchor into those notches on the cross brace at the bottom, and then they just tie into the center support onto the tabletop there, and it really, really is sturdy. And they're not held in place with anything other than gravity and pressure. I love it. I love it. Now that the main construction is done, we'll focus on the tabletop. And like I mentioned before, just using a sheet of plywood, so it looks like a farm table. You know, the farm table made together with long slats, usually 2x6s or 2x8s, but those end up being very, very, very heavy. So I'm using plywood And I don't care how I cut this because I don't want the grain pattern to match. Otherwise, it's just going to look like a sheet of plywood. So I'm cutting this together. I'm going to flip the pieces end to end so the grains don't match up. And I'm going to discolor them a little bit differently, and that should work nicely. A little sanding, and now the glue up. Going to be a lot of glue in the next few moments here. Now I'm just going to glue on the breadboard end here, screw it in place, and then we're going to do the slats, and then we'll do the second breadboard end afterward. That way, everything lines up. If my measurements weren't quite right, then just a quick zip by of a circular saw, and things are cleaned up nicely. Now here I did snap a chalk line down the center of the table so I know exactly where the center is, and that's what I'm doing here, kind of lining up this slat so we know that everything is going to fit. Little warp there, but the screws from underneath are going to take care of that. And the glue, this is going to be one strong table. More glue. Lots of glue. And you're going to see in a moment that I have an epiphany and realize that I glued up half of this thing in the least effective way possible, least efficient way. I'm going to lay this slat in. Notice the grain patterns don't match. I flipped this one end to end. I'm just going to space it with, I think those are just pieces cut off of an empty box of screws, just to give a little bit of space. Now those spaces are going to be filled with carpenter's glue and some lacquer later on, just to give it more of a rustic, hand-built farm table look. Oh look, there I finally realized that you can spread so much more glue so much easier if you just dump it from the gallon jug and spread it out. Wish I had thought of that so many moments ago. Another one here. Oh, and look, my cutting wasn't quite right. You can see center of the screen right by my hand there, a nice big slice where I don't know what was going on with the circular saw, but I'm going to fill that again with glue and lacquer. Cutting down a 2x2 here that I'm going to use as an edge band to hide the fact that we have plywood all building this table. So just glue it and a couple of brad nails to hold it in place. Again, those gaps are going to be filled with, you guessed it, wood glue and a little bit of lacquer. Of course, if I were a better carpenter, none of those gaps would exist. Now what I'm doing here is I'm artificially weathering the pine. Soaked some steel wool in vinegar overnight, then you brush it on. And once it's dry, it turns the wood a grayish color, and then you hit it with the lacquer and it really pops out as a kind of a golden brown. Oh, it's beautiful. Do the final assembly here, get the legs on. Legs are in good shape here. Get those sawhorses out of the way. Cross brace good to go. Look at the wobble even with the cross brace. Now, once angle braces are in place, this sucker doesn't move an inch. Fantastic. Oh, I love this. And it comes apart just as easily as it goes together. A word of warning, this table still weighs about 800 pounds. But I made it myself. If you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. Come back and we'll have some more videos again real soon.
I'm Gus.